Welcome to the Evolving But Backwards podcast.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Evolving Backwards. My name is Joey.
First of all, it's evolving but backwards.
Yes,
Joey.
I know that.
My name is Mars Papa something.
There you go. It's very satisfying when somebody knows who they are. Congratulations.
Episode 9.
Nah,
We made it so far.
the day is young.
The day is young. Welcome to another episode of our podcast, which has a slight delay because Easter.
Correct. And we celebrated Easter. We ate some apni. What? Why are you laughing? Stop making fun of me.
Apni. He told me apni a few minutes ago and I couldn't understand what apni is. He means arni in Greek.
How do you write it?
With the Greek R and the Greek
What
N.
is the Greek R? There is an R. There is an R, but of course it's inverted or something. So it's apni. I want to say akronia pola to all the Greeks out there. The biggest kaliest kronia pola to you, okay? Kronia pola to you too, Marius Papa something.
Thank you, Joy.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Joy today also said that you want to do a southern accent.
What do you mean? I already have southern accent. Malika.
What?
No, signomi. Terrible.
Was that Malaka but with an accent?
Malika. Yeah.
Popo Malaka.
Anyway, Tespa. Welcome, guys.
Are you becoming Greek slowly but steadily?
Ναι, ρε φίλε μου, μαρέ.
The whole thing with the apnea reminds me of my girlfriend that she says kapi.
She's right, because it's written kapi. Why should it be pronounced differently?
And for the Greeks, kapi is kari. Because obviously the Greek R is the English P.
Ναι.
Anyway,
Tespa.
Easter, we are back from our vacation.
Tell us about your vacation, Mario.
My vacation, okay, it was more of a long weekend. I went to my village with my girlfriend, like my father and my brother, everybody was there. We had some friends coming over. I even invited Joy, but Joy decided not to come with me
Why?
because, I don't know, he was playing League of Legends.
That's incorrect.
Were you not playing League of Legends?
Because I was terribly sick and ill. Which, by the way, it's very funny because I think I caught a cold or something. I'm fine now, guys. Please don't lose sleep over it. I know you're all very concerned. But on Friday, I sent to my boss, Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. I call her Jojo. Anywho, Tespa. I sent her, I don't feel very well. And she's like, again? Did I not tell you?
No, but it's true because Malaka, you're getting sick every 2 minutes. You're like a baby.
No, I'm not like a baby. You know why? Because I can't say it because now it'll be defamation against a certain company. But anywho, it's not my fault.
I know what you want to say.
You know what you mean?
Yes,
you know what I mean? You know
yes.
what I know mean? Yeah.
What?
But yeah, as long as I'm above ground, I'm fine. That's all I have to say. When you put me underground like a zombie, I'll get ill. By the way...
your accent changes by the minute. By the way, what?
By the way, I want to also give a shout out to Ali. Ali suggested something. The last time I was talking to him, talking about the episode. Thank you, Ali, for listening. You're el best. And he said, like, it would be nice to do a name... word of the day, because we use our vocabulary voluptuous.
Voluptuous, what a malaka. How do you come up with all of these words? He told me as well. He said that we use very fancy English, so we should find one word and... I mean, we could.
So what's the word of today?
I don't know. Voluptuous, what you said.
Voluptuous. Voluptuous means to be of... I don't know how to describe it. Like you would say a voluptuous woman, a curvy woman, a little filled up, you know, so a voluptuous
Thick.
thing. Ne. So voluptuous when you want to describe something attractive and a little cushion. That's
instead of saying so thick, so voluptuous.
Voluptuous. There you go.
Fancy.
You're welcome, Ali.
And for me, I talked with a friend when I went to my village. Also, Malaka. like I've been saying to Joy that I'm from a village, and he's like, no, you're from a city. It's a fucking village.
It's a village.
When you fucking come, you're gonna realize that.
Yeah.
Stina was making fun of you over the weekend. It was like, because we're driving throughout even the town. It was like, so much city, which is true.
It's okay.
Anyway, so I saw one of my childhood friends. Shout out to you, Yorgo,
Yorgo in the house.
for listening to the episodes. First of all, he also gave us a few suggestions.
Yeah.
Apart from that, from the suggestions that we are going to discuss, Yorgos is also is going to run for the next elections with Mera DM25 or Mera 25 in Greek, which is the a left party with Yannis Varoufakis.
Nice.
So if you are in Corinthia as a region, vote for my homie. I know I will.
I will too.
Okay.
Yorgo, you got my vote, buddy. No worries.
So if you were planning on voting for the party, I mean, do it to support someone that is like young and could do something. I mean, he's Greek, so in the end he might start stealing money from the people, but
that's okay.
At least he's young. Right now he has nothing in his record.
Expected behavior.
And Yorgo, if you get elected, don't forget your homie. I'm doing the shout out. I'm expecting something in return.
Same, Yorgo. He doesn't know who I am.
Anyway. So, yeah, he doesn't know who you are because you don't come to my village when I have been asking you for the past year.
It's okay, Yorgo. I will vote for you. I will vote for you.
Joe is Lebanese. He cannot vote for you.
Okay, no, whatever.
Mentally, though, he's
super
supporting.
Greek. Bogatsula forever.
Tespa.
Tespa.
Today's episode, off-grid living.
If you want to call it that, sure. That's a statement.
Yeah, that's a topic that we have. Because, okay, time is limited today. Even though we are recording this episode 10 days before it releases, for you to release, what day is it? Tuesday?
I suppose, yes.
Tuesday night, but we recorded this not Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We recorded this 20 days ago.
Back in the olden days, we recorded it.
So today's episode of Grid Living, just because Joy really wanted to talk about this, and also it's a state of mind for me in my village when I go there.
It's a lifestyle.
And it's gonna be like a chill topic for us to just speak randomly for the next 40 minutes.
Okay, it is within my heart to talk about off-grid living because, you know what, I suppose people have this perception that off-grid living is some sort of hippie commune, let's go live in the forest.
Can you first define off-grid living for us?
No. I'm just saying what it's not first. It's like, off-grid living. You go in the forest and you get your friends and you get high and all of that. I ain't advocating for that, not at all. I'm not advocating for that. Off-grid living, it's a lifestyle. It's a state of mind. I like that you use that specific terminology. I want to tell you, Evcharisto. It's basically self-sufficiency, guys. What I wanted, let's define it. Off-grid living is when you live in a house, and I want to say it's a normal house, not a trailer park or something like that. We're not talking about that. It's like a legit house.
Are you against living in a trailer park?
Nah.
Why?
Okay.
Why? If you're like a digital nomad and you have like your own caravan car and you just...
When you say it like that, it sounds very romanticized, but usually trailer park is like not a great place to live. No shade. They are a necessity in society because you never know. One day I might need to live in a trailer park. You know what I mean? But it's not the goal to live as in a trailer park.
How you're going with your financial? Probably you're going to be living in a bench, on a bench.
No, under a bridge. It's more realistic. It's more realistic.
So I think a trailer park would be very nice for you.
But yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's I'm dispelling the misconceptions about it.
For me, I would easily live in a trailer home as long as I was actually driving, you know, like doing road trips and being a digital nomad, working.
It's different. That's like caravan living kind of where you're hip hopping, hip hop and.
I would do it for a year. I wouldn't be forever, but I would do it for a year to like drive around and see different countries.
Por supuesto, 100%. But
Siento.
off-grid living is not necessarily that. It can be that kind of a home, a mobile home, but usually it's not. It's where you have an actual home. It's usually not a huge mansion or anything like that. It's a cabin or a 2-story house. and it's completely off-grid. What that basically means, you're not connected to any water source, power source, electrical source. Everything that you have for that house, it's self-generated or self-collected. So you can have solar power to generate power for your house. You can collect rainwater and have a filtration system that cleans that water for your like if you want to drink, obviously, or shower or do dishes or something like that.
If you want to drink, because it's optional, you don't have.
That's-
You can just die.
Oh, you're just now saying my fantasies out loud. Okay, and also we said what? Electric, water, and what's the third one?
I mean, heating.
Heating is from, yeah, you can have a stove and that kind of thing. The goal here is not to live like some sort of recluse, sequestered from society, destitute from...
Sequestered, destitute, malaka. Can you stop flexing your vocabulary?
What can I do?
You know English, we understand. Bravo.
No, I saw a meme the other day which I found highly accurate, where it basically said, when a non-native speaker speaks English,
You mean the one attacked you?
You tagged me for that. Okay. Yeah. You did.
You
And
found that meme. Bravo, Joey.
Thank you so much. And it basically says, non-native speaker says, oh, I'm so sorry for my English. And then just spouts out many big words. But to be honest, I don't do it intentionally. I don't think they're even big words in all honesty. But test part doesn't matter. I don't even know what I was talking about recording.
Wait,
No.
I found the meme.
Oh.
Non-native English speakers on the way to use the most perfect, grammatically correct and unsurpassable English in history and proceed to say sorry for my bad English. And they have a photo of
Christian Bale.
Yes, from American Psycho.
Great movie, by the way.
Yes, Giga Chad. Anyway,
Yeah, changed my life. So
he's the Lebanese icon.
that's every Lebanese. So it's that kind of living where you also have not a farm. It's not farm living, okay? But you would have some sort of little garden where you plant your own vegetables. You can have chickens, bakik, and you can have
Some weeds.
to feed the chickens. Obviously, that's what you mean.
Yes, hemp.
Of course,
Some some hash.
to get the chickens high.
Fun fact: it's illegal to have weed.
You don't say.
No shit.
Swear to God.
It's illegal to have solar panels.
Where?
In Greece,
¿Por qué?
you cannot have them off grid. You need to be connected to the grid.
Why? So they can charge you more money.
No, but the mentality is that if you're going to have solar energy in Greece,
Ne?
you need to be on the grid. And if you produce more electricity than your actual house needs, the electricity company will give you money back.
And I believe that they will give you the money back.
No,
100%.
there are a lot of actual lawsuits right now going on with the electricity company.
Shocker.
Because when they first started with the solar panels, they were like, okay guys, if you invest and you make solar farms and whatever, we're gonna give you, I don't know, let's say €2 per kilowatt that you create.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, okay, makes sense. And people took loans to actually, as an investment, to like buy solar panels and whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they started, they was giving them 50 cents against the two that they have discussed. And it's like, I don't have money now, this is what I'm going to give you. When they had the contract, so they have a lawsuit going on right now with a lot of different people. That's why mine are illegal. Comedic purposes, if anyone listens.
Mark Zuckerberg, you too. I have to mention him.
Yeah, like if you do it like this, at least in Greece, you can have energy. I mean, who's gonna...
I mean, it should not be illegal. It should be, if you're investing in your own solar panels for your own accommodation, why the fuck?
Yeah, because like stealing.
Stealing what? The sunshine?
Yeah,
Fuck
but
off.
like a lot of things are like this. Why are you not allowed to go free camping?
Because that's public property. If you are
No.
camping in public property, it shouldn't be an issue. No, it shouldn't
No,
be an issue.
it's illegal to go free camping.
Depends where. On
No,
which
anywhere.
No, that's not true.
No, it is.
That's categorically not true.
No, at least in Greece it is.
Okay, Greece is special. We know this.
Exactly, because Greece is special, is what I'm telling you.
So, anyway, it doesn't make sense to me that I'm gonna get solar panels. Oh, the government wants to put its greedy hands and take some. Leave me
It makes
alone.
sense. Like if you spend 10,000 of your own money to have your own electricity, it shouldn't be disallowed from the government. But like, no, you cannot have it. You need to be dependent to the.
Exactly, that's
Yes,
the
I
point.
know.
So, okay, Greece not very pro self-sufficient. Good to know. But no, this is the lifestyle and
I
vibe.
mean, you can do it the Greek way. You just don't say to anyone. You just put them there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Like,
done.
how are they gonna know? So that's the vibe we're going for. You can still go party. You can still go to the city. Usually, though, these kind of accommodations, let's say, or lifestyle, you want to be somewhere a little bit with some land and that kind of thing. It's not gonna work. I don't know in Sintagma to go do this.
Reclusive.
Exactly. Not super. Again, I'm not advocating for let's leave society behind. This is not what I'm talking about.
But let's leave society behind. I wanna say.
Absolutely. Are you joking? So, it's very interesting. It really teaches you. It makes you feel powerful because you will own your own home. It's much cheaper to build in these kind of areas, houses. You can even build one for as low as 80 or 90,000. So it's really affordable option
90,000 for what?
for like an off-grid house. 90,000.
To build it from the ground up.
Yes.
Bro,
Bro, what?
no.
What? I don't know. In Greece, I'm talking about from the YouTube videos I've watched.
Does that even include you buying the land?
No, it does not include buying land. But to be honest, if you have to think about location, in Italy, for example, you can find really cheap land and houses for that price. I wish I remember the name of the guy on YouTube. He bought land and two medium-sized cabins in Italy.
Were those videos from like 2000?
No. It was like a year ago or something. Anywho, I'm just giving you ballpark numbers. Think about it. If you're gonna buy a house, we're not talking about like apartment. If you're buying a house, how much would that cost you now? Hundreds of thousands.
100K minimum.
Minimum. This is like in a shitty area with and you're connected to the grid and all of that. So you still are a slave to bills and all of that. When you're talking off grid, where you're
I
self-sufficient.
really think that you're speaking out of your ass right
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
Can you explain to me how with 80K, 90K, 100K,
Yeah.
you can have land,
Yeah.
a house, being off grid?
Yeah, I can.
How?
I can explain. No problem. So,
Because we have an off grid house, and I will explain a bit. Tell me how.
Cost of construction of a typical house, and I'm not talking here expensive areas, guys. It's gonna be at least 1 hour, 2 hours outside of the main city. If you are depends on the location, really very dependent on the location. If you buy you can buy land for 30,000-40,000, and I'm not talking here about hundreds of acres, a plot of land, and you can actually build a house on it for like 20, 30, 40,000. Solar panels will cost you around 5-10.
Malagati, 30,000-40,000 to build a house.
I'm not talking about a huge house. They're gonna be small houses. Small houses. Sorry, but like I know what I'm talking about. I've spent hundreds of hours watching
My
this.
father was actually a contractor, so the prices that you are saying are very low.
No, they're not. They're accurate.
Okay, you don't include furniture, you don't include paying the all the fucking people that they do the documents to change, like to buy the shit, because not just the land, and you need to take ownership of the name.
It's what, like 3,000 euros
3,000
maximum?
here, 3,000 there,
You have
furniture.
You have to
building
be
the
smart
house.
about
Is
it.
the house gonna be made of wood, cement?
A mix of both. A mix of both.
And
Why are you
can-
looking at me like I'm
Because
crazy?
Malaka, you cannot have electricians to do cabling, get the proper approval from the government to build a house, to have cement structure.
You don't need,
and
if you
then
buy a plot-
carpenter.
Perimene. If you buy a piece of land where you're allowed to build a house, you don't need to do that at all. If you buy farmland, you need to have a permit.
build a
Some
house.
lands come with permits. Some lands come with
Some
permits.
lands come with permit to build, but when you build the actual building, you need to inspect the building. You need to pay a mechanic, an architect, to make sure that it's not gonna go down in the first earthquake.
I will link in the episode all my sources. Okay, fair enough. I will link them. All my
I'm gonna
sources.
call my dad
Nah.
Fun fact, and I'm sorry that I'm interrupting. Like for Easter, when we were on the Easter table, actually it wasn't even Easter. It was like Saturday, and like my dad doesn't speak English, my girlfriend doesn't speak Greek, but he really likes talking to her, and he does the usual thing that he's just gonna speak louder.
Because that's gonna make more sense.
Exactly. And he was trying to explain to her because like her middle name is Amalia. I have it recorded. And he was trying to explain to her a story about the Queen Amalia of Greece, that she was married to King Othon, I don't know, 200 years ago. And he was trying to explain to her that Amalia saw the Greeks back in the day breaking nuts with their dicks. Something like this.
What?
It made zero sense, to be honest. I have it recorded. He was very excited about this story. Anyway, I just want to throw it in here. I will link that video.
All right. I was, in the meantime, I looked for my source. I want you to check out a YouTube channel called Living Big in Tiny Houses. It really documents, there's hundreds of houses there. And
maybe it's true in the United States. Like
no, it's New Zealand, which is an expensive country. It's one of the most expensive places.
They could have different rules. Like it's the same like in Scandinavia. They're very rich and expensive countries.
Okay, but
it's
I said
very easy to build houses.
Περίμενε αυτό. Τίποτα. I said it's dependent on location. I don't know in each country the rules, all of that. But I want you to check this YouTube channel, hundreds of videos where they do tours of these small houses. Mostly, not all of them are off-grid, but a lot of them are. And they explain the costs that are involved in building these houses. But here, it's not even about the cost, Marius Papa something. It's about the lifestyle. It's knowing if a zombie apocalypse comes, you have your own water, electricity, all of that. The only sucky thing is we can generate our own internet, which is a big deal breaker.
Kala, if a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm going to my village for sure. Okay, let me talk a bit about my village.
Tell us about your off-grid village house.
I also have a farm, an actual farm with a house. And it has like, we used to have like animals, and now we don't, but we still have the whole, how you call it? Campus.
Αυτό, ναι.
Like we still have the stables and feeding stands and shit, so all it needs is just animals. Anyway, so in my village we have, actually in the farmhouse we have like a well, so we have like running fresh water. But also in the village itself we have a main free water supply that then everybody from the village can go and get water.
Well, basically.
Yes, but it's from the municipality and it comes from the mountains, and they have made like a free water for everyone.
Okay, so that's really clean water.
Yes. But in my actual house, we have solar panels and the whole thing. My father has like a homemade greenhouse to have vegetables all the year, and during summer.
You sent me a picture that was really nice. I really wanted to see that.
Yes, and he's super excited about his gardening. Like every summer, he has like cucumbers, melons, tomatoes, onions, shit like that. And every time we go, and he like literally picks them off the ground and like super fresh. And they're very tasty, I like.
And how satisfying that you grew that.
It is. And like every time I eat vegetables in Athens, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I go to my village and I eat like the village vegetables. Like it's night and day, the difference.
Okay. I can imagine.
In the house we have also like some chickens and a rooster, so we have fresh eggs. It was funny because over the weekend I went to take a photo for Joy to send the chickens. And my father was like, let me check. And he found like 2 eggs that were just
randomly
laid
somewhere.
Yeah, they were just laid. And he asked like if my girlfriend wanted to eat like fresh eggs from the chicken. It was like super, like they were warm. Like I imagine like how fresh. And like my father also like feeds them like good food and whatnot. Like they're...
Did he build his own coop for the chickens?
No, we used to have, because my father always had like animals and shit.
Nice.
Like, so we literally have already 2 coops in the house from back in the day.
You have solar panels as well.
Yes, before I go to solar panels, we have like a water tank just in case, and we have gas heaters for water heating, but you can also use it for heating. I mean, you can just plug them into the radiators. I mean, it's has water,
Nah.
which are connected to gas canisters that you can literally just swap every time you're out. So you don't have to rely on electricity on panels would be very heavy. That's why we went with gas. But still, in Athens, okay, we have like main gas supplies. Like you can just take it from the foundations, like from Athens. But in the village, we don't have natural gas, so we're using canisters. The thing is that with these canisters, you can, because I had kind of, when I was staying there, just calculating how much it cost and whatnot. How much would you pay for electricity just for the water in Athens?
A lot. I don't know. A lot though. Like it's safe to say a normal electric bill per month is like at least between 70 and 100 for everything.
And let's say that at least 30 of these euros would be on the water heater.
More or less, yes.
Okay, for me, with one canister, I can go 6 months, and that canister costs 25 euros.
Amazing.
And I can shower every day. I don't have to wait because it's immediately instant hot water for as long as I want.
And this is what I'm saying, like off-grid living, there's an investment at the beginning, but you have your own house, no mortgage, and bills are really minimal.
And now for the electricity, yes, we have panels.
Nice flex, okay.
We have 6 solar panels. We have, I don't even remember, like 8 batteries.
Oh, that's a lot, okay.
Yes, but some are bigger than others. I think the total capacity that we have is like 10 kilowatts.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken with the voltage. Because okay, electricity has very weird how you calculate different shit, like watt per hour. But I don't remember the capacity of the batteries. Like I know the electricity that we have to spend goes, let's say, from minimum being 42 to 60. So we have like 18 kilowatts that we can spend.
And in summer, you can pretty much run everything on those solar panels.
I will explain, and I'm also gonna say the bad of this. First of all, to set up the panels, it's not that expensive. The most expensive part are the batteries.
No.
Like the panels are cheap, they're like 70 to 100 euros per panel, that they have like a 10-year guarantee that they're gonna work. Then you need a good inverter that transfers the power, which can, like, to get a fairly okay one, you need like 500 euros. But then you have the fucking batteries that the cheapest that you are gonna get is gonna cost you like 200 per battery, and you need to have a lot of batteries. This is what keeps you the energy.
But it's an investment for a lifetime.
It is an investment, for sure. And to be honest, like we have started with this solar energy for the past, I don't know, like 5 years, and a few months ago we actually bought new batteries, and it made a huge difference. Like we spent another 1,000 to get different batteries, and it was like completely different story. How it works, like during summer you don't even have to care about electricity, obviously. Like in Greece you have sun all day every day, you don't give a fuck. You can have like TVs, laundry machines, 2 fridges, doesn't matter.
Everything.
Right now we have connected 3 houses to our panels.
Okay, so it's an intense demand, let's say.
But okay, me and my brother were not always there. Like mostly it's like my father's house. And then when me and my brother go down, we have our own separate apartments, let's say, and they're all connected to the solar panels. We have our own gas heaters and whatnot, but the energy comes from the panels. The thing is that it wasn't very expensive because my brother like got into both my brother and me. My brother a bit more because he's actually working on that, our engineers.
Yeah.
So he knew and he read like how to set up shit. So we didn't have to pay for installments. We literally just bought the parts and we built it on our own. So it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like 3,000 for the whole thing. The current production of energy that we have and how much we can store.
And winter, especially in winter, right? In winter.
You said winner.
Winner.
What is winner?
Like in winter. I don't know. I have an American accent now.
Okay.
Terribly ignore me.
So during winter, and I'm gonna say the bad things about that in a sec. I remember like my dad. Okay, let's say that right now you have as our setup is because the more batteries you put, the better, and we're gonna put more batteries. Yes, but as we are right now, if let's say the batteries are fully powered right now, and you don't have light for the next 3 days, you can last a week, but the only thing you're gonna have is light, a fridge, and charging your phone, like an internet and charging your phone or your vape for a week. And that's all you can use. Okay,
no washing machine, I'm guessing. It's very intensive. Yeah.
No. And if you're gonna turn on TV, you're gonna use it for like 1 or 2 hours. Of course, every device you have in the house is like one of the power efficient ones, like the newest ones that they don't consume a lot of electricity. So as we are, if you want to last a week, if you don't have any sun, let's say it's winter, you go minimum like 2 hours a day of TV, a fridge, a light, and charging and whatnot. Of course, more batteries, more.
How many batteries would you calculate that you will need to just not have to worry about it at all in winter?
Right now we have like 8 batteries. I think we want to put another 8.
So with 16 batteries, I did the math correct, right? 8 times 2, 16. You will have no worries. Hakuna Matata.
No, either you are gonna spend a week without sun and you're gonna be like as if nothing happened. You're gonna have laundry machines or whatever, you don't care. Or you're gonna ration out your electricity usage to last 2 weeks without sun. But okay, in Greece it's not common to have 2 weeks without sun.
This is what I'm saying. That even
and the thing is that even if the sun comes out for 3 hours, you're okay. They're gonna recharge.
Exactly. And even let's say you don't have necessarily sun, but it's not cloudy. Then the solar panels.
Even if it's cloudy, it doesn't matter as long as the sun is up.
Yeah, like there's some light.
Yes, you don't care about direct sunlight. You care about UV.
Yeah.
So, but okay, you're gonna have less.
Of
UV.
course.
The bad thing about solar is that you cannot have them in a country that you don't have consistent sun, which is Greece is a good location to have some.
It's a great candidate, so I'm really like.
Because for the 6 summer months that we have, because in Greece we don't have like a lot of seasons. It's winter and summer, and summer lasts like 6 months. So you're gonna have 6 months endless electricity that you don't give a fuck. You just turn on everything. Then for winter, you have like 2-3 months, like from December to
March maximum, not
February.
even March. Yeah.
But okay, then you need to ration out your electricity a bit.
But if you have enough batteries, you shouldn't worry.
You shouldn't, yes. But the thing is that with my father, he had to turn on the generator at some point. We have a generator, which is like another thing that you need to have, because the whole thing of being off grid is also like it's very, you don't care about governments and whatnot.
Say it, Marius.
You are off the grid, but then you're also a bit environmental friendly, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then you also have to run a generator just to. It's like having a Tesla to be environmentally friendly, and then having a petrol generator in the back of the Tesla to charge the Tesla.
But again, like baby steps. Once you invest enough in your solar power system, you will be completely eco-friendly as well.
If you have the most amount of batteries that your inverter and solar panels can hold, yes, you don't have to care about it. But then this is only for 10 years maybe. Then you need to replace them.
Not necessarily.
Okay, but then the problem with the batteries is that if one goes bad, if you don't realize it immediately, it will burn the rest. It has a chain reaction.
Are you sure?
Yes, because it happened to us. That's why we bought new batteries.
Maybe this I'm not gonna comment on. No comment, because I don't know that much about it. But even
it's not forever. They give you usually 10 years for the solar panels and then 2 years for the batteries maybe, but like as a warranty that they're gonna work. But if something happens, okay, maybe it will last more than 10 years. The thing is that those batteries, for us, we have a system that the how you call it? I'm sorry. The inverter itself protects them so they never drop too low. Yeah. Because you don't want them to like fuck them up.
Yeah, you can
charged.
Go up, down, up,
so
down.
So we have some high-lows measurements, let's say, so that they don't get fucked. But still, imagine that these batteries will work non-stop for 10 years.
That's still a really good investment. You're paying.
It is.
How much? Let's say
you're gonna make your money back for sure.
For sure, and more as well. Like it's much cheaper if you're paying. Let's say on average 100 a month electricity.
That's for an apartment here. Like if you're living in a big normal house for electricity, you can spend 300. In our apartment in Califate was 300 euros this month.
There you go. 300 times 12.
No, okay, it's gonna be like 4,000 euros.
Exactly.
I know.
So even if you're paying that every, I don't know,
No,
4 years.
can literally make the investment of solar panels within a year easily.
And it's convenient. I want to say it's convenient. Once you set it up, you kind of forget about it. It's not like, let me check my batteries, Like,
yeah, but you do it. You wanna check.
Okay, but it's a small price to pay. Anyway, I encourage you and urge you all to think about it. You don't necessarily have to do it. It's not necessarily for everyone, but for those of you who do it, you will be free, emancipated from all the grapples and chains of government.
I do like it, I'm gonna say, but it has like compromises. Like it has happened that I was showering with my endless hot water and then the gas tank ran out and I had to go out with having shampoo on my hair to replace the gas tank so I can continue, which I could have checked before I went in. Okay,
Correct.
so it's my fault.
Correct.
Or let's say if you have a rainy day, you're not gonna play PlayStation because you need to ration your electricity. It's not exactly the same. Okay, again, during summer, you don't give a fuck, you do whatever you want. Okay, you can have 10 laundry machines. Okay, in Greece. But you need to ration a few things during winter.
And even if you live in a country that's not super sunny, you can add them as a supplementary way to kind of off balance your, first of all, carbon footprint. And also, okay, so on sunny days, I don't know, in Sweden, you can.
How it works is that they are
connected. It will save you.
They are connected to the grid. So if you make enough energy, they will reduce your electricity bill.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you cannot really commit to this, maybe also think about doing it as a supplementary way to offset your electrical footprint, let's say.
The best thing I have seen about like off-grid living, I went like a year and a half ago, maybe more to be honest, with some friends. We went to Hindu commune.
Nice. Where?
Actually, it's in my village, Malaga.
Really?
It's up in the mountains, and they have like a stupa, how they call it. I don't remember the names, are like weird, but they have like a whole. It's literally on the mountain. They have a small house.
It's the actual Hindus.
Yes, it's like from Buddhists. They have like a worldwide shit that they have these buildings, and I think this is the only one in Greece because it has like the best location and whatever. Like people come from abroad to go there.
Nice.
So it's like a worldwide organization that they take care of these buildings and whatnot. It was very pretty. We went there to meditate and whatnot.
Sure.
And we met a guy, the one that he was like not supervising, like he was staying there. So during summer they have people come over and they camp and they pray and they meditate and do yoga and whatnot. And they have like community kitchens and rooms and whatnot. But the guy that stays there, because someone goes there and stays like for 2 months to make sure that everything is up and running.
Kind of like a shepherd.
And they have a small cabin overviewing over the mountains with an amazing view that is with solar panels, gas, internet, like kind of like the setup that I have in my house, but up in the mountains. And there's a guy that has a small cabin, super off the grid, because they own the land. So they built a small cabin with solar panel and whatnot. And in Malaga, it was super dope.
It sounds dope. That's one of my, let's say, dreams, aspirations to have. I want a house like that, but I don't want to compromise. So I will put 30 batteries if needed. And it's going to be dope and state of the art and all of that. But yeah, I'm not going to be nobody's slave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's see if it happens.
Okay, what would be your dream setup, let's say?
A really nice, sleek, modern house. It's completely self-sufficient.
By the way, this is the Buddhist.
Yes, we're showing you a picture right now.
No, I'm showing Joy.
Oh, it's really nice. This is in your village.
It's up in the mountains from my village. And this is where the cabin is. And it has like a view on the mountains.
I'm always scared with these things though, because they end up being a cult.
But this is like Buddhism, it's not like a specific cult.
Have you watched just a minor digression? Have you watched the series Wild Wild Country on Netflix?
You told me to watch it. I watched 4 out of 6 episodes. It's boring as fuck, Ramallah.
How dare you?
You told me I watched half of it. It's boring.
Guys, Guys, it's a true story. It's about a cult. And
It's one of those documentaries on Netflix that they could have been one episode and they're 6 and nothing happens.
wait, I'll say it right. He. So, no, it's really interesting. I just got a WhatsApp message and it popped up on my phone and it's Jad. Let me give a shout out to my besties. I want to give a shout out to Jad. Jad, I love you. Yara, I love you. Ahmad, I love you. Anthony, you weirdo, I love you. So these are my besties. Shout out, homies. There we go. What was I saying?
40 minutes in, Joy started shout outs. I asked you about the Papa, we have derailed completely.
Yeah.
Anyway, I asked you what would be, you said about the Wild West
Ne.
and I said that it is trust and then you were trying to say that it's not. In any case,
Ne.
what would be your, I don't know,
Dream setup.
dream setup, yes?
It would be somewhere not super.
With a southern accent, please.
With pleasure. All right, let me set up so I can do my best southern accent. So it would be somewhere in the woods. I'll be not far from the big city. That way I can go to the city whenever I want. It would be somewhere like an hour away. I can go there, have my house, have my farm, have my livestock. I have a gun. I have a little garden where I put all my vegetables. It'll be nice. It'll be suited up. I'll have internet. I'll have everything I ever want.
I'm looking like I'm face palming, so don't look at him and start laughing. But I'm gonna say you, in my ears, you sound very southern.
Thank you very much.
Like Mississippi.
I'm from the South, born and raised.
Born and raised.
There you go. But yeah, that would be my dream setup. I want it to be a normal house. I don't want to like go live like a homeless person. No offense to all the homeless person
that are listening to our podcast.
We're all the same. We're all God's children. But yeah, I don't want to compromise on anything. I want to live a modern life. But I would like to be self-sufficient, not dependent on any kind of institution to provide me this stuff. And it doesn't come from a place of me being anti-government or anything, even though I am. Even though I am. But it doesn't stem from that. The origin is I really like to be self-sufficient and independent, not count on any organization to provide me basic things. I would like to have my own shit and be responsible for my own existence and all of that.
Look, since we are doing it in my village, like this is the current setup, I like it. Even though it has its compromises.
But not necessarily if you get more batteries.
Yes, true, and
Thank
we will.
you. Yes.
Even though it has its compromises, I also like the fact that I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have our own energy, and you can go even further. Like we have solar. You can also put like wind
turbines.
Yes, small ones. But they also generate some energy. Like you can put supplementary shit to have more and more production of electricity. But in the end, you just need to store them somewhere. So you mostly need batteries. You can put solar lamps. So you don't even have to take. Like there are lamps that they have their own panels. I mean light bulbs. So you put the light bulb in your house and it has its own solar. So you don't even include that in your actual electricity production and batteries and whatnot. So there are things that you can do to minimize the usage or have more usage out of your batteries. And I'm going to say that from having this setup now for the past 3 years, with its compromises, it's nice. We don't pay for electricity, so it's nice. We don't give a fuck.
No
and
fucks given.
Even, okay, yes, once every 6 months I need to go and pick up a canister of gas.
So what? Your field of fucks is barren. There's no fucks left to give. That's the most beautiful thing about it. And again, it's not a lifestyle where, oh my God, I have to spend 5 hours a day looking after the cows and the sheep. It's not that. You're living your life, guys. You're living your best life.
Malaka, to be honest.
Be honest. Don't stop lying.
This will sound weird as fuck, but real estate right now is like
crazy.
Like
it's crazy.
Our parents in our age will be like, now we're gonna have our 5th kid and let's buy our summer house or whatever. And now you literally cannot pay rent.
Seriously, it's like a really important thing you're saying.
Ναι, μαλάκα,
And
back in the day, like a teacher with one salary had 5 houses.
Yeah.
And now you work all day your ass off just to pay rent.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's really a legitimate. I hope you get out of this episode, out of pure joy, excitement, and ecstasy, is that this is an alternative where you can live really as you wish without breaking the bank.
What I wanted to say before you interrupted me politely.
Malaki, you interrupt me all the fucking time.
I don't, malaka.
No, you don't.
I was
Ochi.
thinking maybe we should do like a kind of movement for young people
Yeah.
that we all, not as a commune like a cult, just all of us buy a plot of land
Yeah.
and make houses that we can just live. We are gonna. It's not gonna be religious.
No,
Just
no
to have
costs.
just have to build houses for cheap and live on our own.
I swear to God.
To create a new small village or homestead or
No
city.
joke. This is what a lot of young people are doing. It's called homesteading. Thank you for throwing the term homesteading. You can actually do that. You will organize together
You know what
to get permits.
homestead means?
See, he's interrupting me again. Say
You
what?
know what homestead means?
It's a Greek word, isn't it?
No. But you know what it means?
What it means?
What is a homestead? Why is it not a village or a town or a city and it's a homestead?
Because I don't know.
Homesteads are villages that are smaller than a village, but the biggest separations that they don't have a church. So a village that doesn't have a church is a homestead.
Ella, that's the second word of the day.
Okay. So what were you saying? That a lot of people do it?
A lot of people are doing this because really 50 years ago and now the housing market is completely different. As you said, you can do what you're quote unquote supposed to do, go get a job and that kind of thing. You can have a family, white picket fence, and you can do it. Like it was doable for any kind of job. Now you cannot.
There is a show like on YouTube, I don't remember, that they were showing like an old, like pensioners, they were showing them photos of houses. They were asking them, how much do you think this costs?
Nah.
And they were like, that would be 10,000, 20,000. Because
So
they were
innocent.
thinking how it was back in their day buying houses.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it's 500,000. They were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like not attainable anymore. And I want you all to know, go think about it. Think of it as an alternative.
They have made us slaves. They tell you work your whole life to get a loan of 300,000 that you're gonna pay until you're 80.
Exactly.
And then they're gonna raise your the interest in the loan or whatever. Malaka, fuck that shit.
And this is even if they give you the pension at all. You don't know what bullshit they might. It depends on the country, but some countries do that.
A 2-room cabin, solar panels. Fuck, Malaka, let's go and build another one.
Nah.
Let's go to our farmhouse. I have a big house and I have a farmhouse with a big house and 2 apartments. I can get 2 tenants.
Vamos a la playa. So really, it is an alternative. Like, okay, at first glance, it might seem, oh my God, what the fuck are you asking me to do, Joey? You're asking me to give up my modern way of living. I want to go to the clubs and drink the drinks.
It's gonna be modern. It's not gonna be on the grid. It's off the grid.
Off the grid, baby. Off the grid. You can fucking do it.
Malaka, last year that I was working, actually before I came to Athens to be a trainer or whatever, before that, I was in my village for a year and a half, working and being on like solar and whatnot. And it felt so nice that I was on my desk, not paying shit, rent or anything, having free energy and just work, make my money, la la la. And then I was going to the beach. I cannot pronounce it as the Greeks. We cannot say paralia in English, but we say beach. We can say beach if we think about it, but plural beaches immediately.
Right away.
Anyway, and for drinks and whatnot. Anyway,
Tell us,
Popo, now you really got into my head. Because I already know how it works. I'm like,
I
what
want
if
you
I
to
do it
know
again?
something. I only speak truths and wisdom. It's only that you choose not to hear it sometimes.
Give us your wisdom. Sorry.
Yeah, it's enough wisdom for today. But we can do wisdom of the day with words of the day. joking. I'm not here to preach.
Ella, guys, we are at this point more than 550 people.
Yes.
Let's create a nice movement and go create homesteads here and there. We're gonna call them how Alexander the Great called everything Alexandria.
Ne? We'll call it Evolviana.
Evolviana.
But backwardina. So yes.
It's gonna be Evolviana of the state of backwards.
Or we can just call it Bugatsula. The
Bogatsula Nation.
This is where I want to live. The other day, one of my friends in the company that I work with, no free shout-outs. If you want a shout-out, you pay. He's like, Ray, I was searching for you on Teams and I started writing Bogatsula. What have you done to me?
Joy changed his profile photo on Teams in their company and he has a Bugatsa.
That's honestly, this is my legacy. I don't want to be known for anything else. The Bogatsula guy.
And our homestead will have a bakery that will make Bugats every day.
Every day. Will be the means of income. That's all I want in life. Bugats.
Should we build a city?
No joke. I'm totally down for that.
If we find an investor,
nah.
We can have some of you that listen to us. Maybe you're into it.
We have to interview you first.
As low budget as possible. Don't be crazy. It's not going to be a cult. We're going to have a Discord.
But the thing is, no cult starts out as being a cult. It just ends up being one. Guys, what can we do?
Yeah, but it's not going to have any religious shit. We're just going to build houses so that we can live.
Correct.
Then fuck off. Do whatever you want. Bring your car and go.
Exactly. And just to have a full-on ecstasy party if that's what you're
Let's
into.
just build the Volviana.
Volviana. Imagine it ends up being a thing.
That's going to be the poll for today. Do you want a Volviana to happen or not?
Ella. I like that. All right. I think we can call it a day, let's say.
Okay, we hope we change your mind.
And your life.
And that you want to see Volviana rise.
And we can rise it together.
We can be an independent city-state, man.
And where the police cannot go in.
Yes. It's going to be ruled by anarchy.
Exactly. But organized anarchy.
Yes. No killing, no shooting, nothing. Okay, we're going to be chill.
Exactly. Only chill vibes. Only like Ola Kala vibes.
No guns allowed.
No. Just leave all that shit outside. Tespa.
Tespa is the new word that Joy learned in Greek. Telos πάντων. Tespa. That's it for today.
To thank you.
It was a chill episode. I hope you survived till the end with us ranting. But it was very well planned due to Easter. And we talked about doing this as an episode for the past 2 weeks. So we thought it was appropriate for today.
Super.
Next week we're going to probably set up to have a guest.
We
need to figure that out a bit. And then I'm going to ask my friend who is going for the elections to be as a guest to have a political episode. He can give us the tea.
Okay. I'm going to ask really hard-hitting question, Yorgos. Please be prepared, okay?
Yeah, we're not going to send you any questions to be prepared like they do with politicians.
Correct.
You're going to have a real-time debate.
I will ask you the most important question. Bugatsa with cream and sugar or with meat? And you better answer correctly or else I'm not voting for you.
With meat or chocolate?
There's only one way to eat the bugatsa and I'm not even going to discuss it.
You compare oranges with lemons right now.
The only way a bugatsa is a bugatsa when it's with cream and sugar.
You can speak about bugatsa when you go to the north of Greece and eat bugatsa, the real one.
I will teach them the ways.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you for staying with us for another hour.
Many ευχαριστώ.
See you next week. Bye.